What's going on, people? CP3 live from the lab, Week 8 NFL preview show and World Series recap. I know it's a lot of DC sports fans that's in their feelings, that's already talking to, the negative stuff about the World Series. But I got to come to you live and bring it to you real, uncut, and let you know what's what before everybody gets all ready to jump off the bridge because the series is tied 2-2. Definitely going to talk about that because I know a lot. I've been watching social media, and a lot of the DC sports fans are, waiting for the other shoe to drop and their negative, mindset because it's reasonable for them to have that mindset with everything that's going on with DC sports, especially with the Nationals and their previous playoff history. But we can't allow the past to affect the present and the future of what's going on. So you know me, I'm always going to give you the optimistic view. We can all look at the bad side, the negative side, and, the sky's falling, but why? It's a game, just like anything else, just like football, just like baseball. You make plays, things happen, some good, some bad. Series tied 2-2, not over. Now it's a best of three. We're going to see what this team does. I feel like they're going to be fine. A lot of folks feel otherwise, but that's not a problem. I don't have a problem with you disagreeing with me. Just hear me out. Think about what I say. If it don't change your mind, cool. If it does, that's cool too. But we live in the lab. I wasn't able to make it down to Martinez today, but y'all make sure y'all do because they got NFL game day even though the Redskins aren't playing. Go ahead, head down to 725 Katy Drive. They definitely have some good food, $5 specials, cold beer, nice drinks, and a nice friendly environment for everyone to go down there and enjoy NFL game day. And I'm sure they'll probably be playing the World Series at 8 o'clock tonight when it'll be on. Game 5, crucial Game 5. Definitely going to be tuned in myself. But let's go ahead and get into some NFL recap. Well, preview. Well, we can recap. The Redskins played the first game of Week 8 on Thursday night, losing 19-9 to Minnesota and Kirk Cousins. I had some very heated, I ain't going to say heated, very, I guess you can say informative discussions with some folks in there feeling about Kirk Cousins, and I don't even want to go there. But we saw the result, 19-9. Once again, the Redskins offense couldn't get in the end zone when they were in the red zone. And the defense played well, but they weren't able to contain the running game of Minnesota and Dalvin Cook and Madison, the backup guy. They two strong, fast runners. They held them down for the most part, but, third, fourth quarter, we've seen it over and over again. The defense gets worn down. Unfortunately, couldn't get off the field. They ran the clock out. Game over, 19-9. But let's go ahead and get into Week 8 since it's about to be underway in a little about 15 minutes. We got Seattle at Atlanta. I'm going with Seattle. Russell Wilson doing this thing. Atlanta. They're still trying to figure out who they are, kind of like the Redskins. So I'm taking Seattle in that game. Then you got Philly at Buffalo. I'm going with Buffalo. Buffalo's defense has been playing very well. Their offense has been doing enough to get the job done. I believe they're 5-1, 5-2 after losing to the Patriots. So they're definitely playing some good ball, and they're next on the agenda for the Redskins. So I'll be checking that game out, scouting to see what they really look like because I haven't really paid attention to them this year. Then you have the Chargers at the Bears. I have the Bears winning that one. Chargers, traveling. They haven't really looked that good. So I'm going to go with the Bears defense over the Chargers offense pretty much. Giants and Lions, going with the Lions. Their offense is spectacular. The defense, we know what it is. But the Giants, we kind of know what they are. They got Barkley back. They got Jones, the quarterback. They still got a decent wide receiver core. So Giants could win this game, but I'm going with the Lions, especially after the way they lost to the Green Bay Packers the week before. Jets and Jags. Sam Darnold does add a different dynamic. I went with the Jags. I'm going to stick with the Jags because they have a potent defense and can probably, shut down Darnold if they get pressure like they were. I've seen them do previous. But that should be an interesting matchup because Darnold is giving them a spark coming back. Let's see, we got Cincinnati versus the Rams. I'm going with the Rams in that one, especially after they lost to 49ers the previous week. They definitely still have some questions to answer, and this will be a get-right game for them against Cincinnati. Arizona and New Orleans. I'm going with New Orleans. Bridgewater's been doing, serviceable job with Drew Brees out. Their defense has been playing well, and I think they're going to give the rookie quarterback Kyle Murray a couple of headaches today. Tampa Bay and Tennessee. Now, Tennessee team throws me off because every time I go with them, they lose, and every time I go against them, they win. So I'm not sure. I think I took them to win in my pick 'em, so I'm going to go with them to win today. Then you got Denver versus Indianapolis. I'm going with the Colts. They've definitely been shocking the NFL with how well they've been playing with Andrew Luck retiring. But their quarterback has definitely been doing the job. Their defense have been surprisingly better than folks thought it would be. And they're winning games. Let's see. Then you got the 4 o'clock games. You got Oakland versus Houston. I'm going with Houston. And I really don't got too much to say about that one. But the other Gruden over there in Oakland, he's having some decent success. They have more wins than the Redskins, so can't hate on them too much. And then you got Cleveland versus New England. We already know what that is. New England should take this game without a problem. Belichick and Baker Mayfield. It's a chess match that's not even a chess match. It's like he's playing chess and Baker's playing Connect Four. I got maybe another 3 or 4 interception game from a quarterback going up against Belichick. And a good game tonight at 8:20 when the World Series will be on. I'll probably have both of them on. Green Bay and Kansas City. That's going to be a good game. Even though Kansas City doesn't have Patrick Mahomes, they still have a quality offense, and still can put up points. And their defense, is formidable. They get a good pressure. But then you got Aaron Rodgers on the other side. Green Bay's defense been playing well, lights out, better than most folks expected. I know a lot of folks is blown because Preston Smith's over there and got 5 sacks already, and he couldn't get 5 sacks in the season here. It felt like sometimes because he can never get home. But that's what happens sometimes. You need to change the scenery, different scheme, more aggressive in Green Bay, and they definitely, move him around a lot. That's one of the things I've been complaining about the Redskins 3-4, that they don't move the outside linebackers around a lot. We've seen it more in the recent weeks, but still isn't enough, in my opinion. Guess we'll get into a little Capitals talk before I talk national, since we got about 10 minutes till, about 10, 12 minutes till kickoff. The Capitals last played on Friday. They had an impressive come from behind 5. They were down 5-1 with 2 seconds left in the second period, and Kuzi got a goal with like 1 second left to make it 5-2. And then they took over the third period, scoring 3 unanswered in the third, and then winning in an overtime shootout, 6-5. I believe Backstrom had the winning deciding goal. Kuzi had 2 goals. Kempney had 2 goals. He actually had the 2 goals, 2 of the 3 goals in the third period to help tie the game up. He had the 4th goal and the 5th goal. And Lars Eller had a goal and an assist in the game. Samsonov had gave up 5 goals on 34 shots. He's now 4-1 with a .931 save percentage and a 2.46 goals against average. Damn, I thought I wrote down the next game. I guess I didn't. I believe they were playing Tuesday. I'm not sure. It might be Toronto, I think. I think they're still on the road. But they don't play till Tuesday. So we can stay tuned for more Caps hockey. They're 8-2-3 right now. Looking pretty good. Still first in the Metro. Still early in the season. So it is what it is. I'm in World Series mode. Go a quick recap of the World Series. Game 1, 5-4 victory for the Nats. Game 2, 12-3 impressive victory on for the Nats in Houston. And they bring the game back to D.C. Unfortunately, Game 3 was a 4-1 loss. Zach Greinke did the damn thing. He always gives the Nats issues for some reason, and he was able to get that one. And last night was an 8-1 loss. This one was more... I was more disappointed, especially with them putting a reliever out there, a bullpen guy out there to pitch the game. I felt we would be able to get, timing on them and barrel up some balls. But the last 2 games at home, to me, the strike zone hasn't been consistent on both sides. They were definitely with Greinke, they were giving him a lot more leeway on the low balls and the outside calls. that they weren't giving our pitchers. And last night I saw the same thing. You saw it with Sanchez. He didn't have his best stuff, granted, but there were a lot of pitches that, excuse me, there were a lot of pitchers that definitely could have been called that weren't called. But like I said, I'm never going to blame that home plate umpire, but I still will ride for the digital strike zone like we see on the TV, and we clearly see that the ball is a strike or a ball, and the umpire's calling the opposite. But this game, Game 5, I feel like with Mad Max taking the mound, they're going to be fine. He's going to be able. He's on proper rest. He didn't have the best game when he pitched earlier in the series, so I feel like he's going to be locked in. We saw how he was in the Dodgers series, and we saw how he was in the Cardinals series after he had the rough start with the wild cards game. So, being that he didn't have his best performance the last time he was out there, I'm definitely feeling that he's going to go out there and be able to get those Houston hitters back swinging and missing. Excuse me, like they were in games 1 and 2. Granted, Garrett Cole, formidable opponent. They got to him the first time. I feel like they can get to him again. And it's going to be a good game. The weather's going to play a factor. It's been raining. I'm not sure if it's still raining now. I haven't been out to look, but it was raining kind of bad this morning when I was getting ready to head out to take care of some other stuff. But I feel like this game is going to be fine. I think the Nats are going to be able to get everything back clicking. Hopefully, like I said, we have a more, consistent strike zone. It was basically a clean game. Didn't really have too many issues with the game. Game 3, we had some sloppy play on the national side, but, they won an 8-game winning streak, playing basically almost perfect ball. You're going to have those games every now and again. But I feel like today they're going to be fine. They're going to get the game, go up 3-2, go down to Houston, and, see what happens. You got possibly Strasburg taking them out for a closeout game in the World Series. Remember all of that talk about shutting them down in 2012, and it was a mistake, and yada, 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 yada. I already put my article back out there that I wrote 3 years ago saying that the right decision was to shut him down. And just think about that. If Mad Max goes out there today, wins, the Nats can go down to Houston with Strasburg taking the mound to close out the World Series for their first World Series trophy. That's my prediction. I could be wrong. I hope I'm right. But it's definitely going to be interesting. And for the fans, especially these new Nats fans that's just come out the woodwork, I don't have a problem with y'all I told y'all before. But don't, get upset because the series is tied 2-2 and talking about the team this and they should do that. And you weren't there when they was 12 under 500. You weren't there when, we saw the emergence of what was going on. But now because they're in the World Series, everyone feels like they're a baseball guy. It's kind of like, I know how it is, but come on now. This team is good. I feel like this team is going to win. I think I predicted Game 6. Robbie said I said 6. I thought I said 5. I got to go back and check the tape. But this team, I feel like, is going to take care of business. They had a couple of hiccups. I mean, they won 18 out of 20 games going back to the regular season. So, I mean, to lose 2 in a row when you went on a stretch like that, come on now. Don't worry. Chill. Sit back. Enjoy some good baseball. Because that's one thing you can say about this series. It has been a great series, no matter what. Win, lose, or draw. It's tied up at 2, so it's a draw right now. But it's definitely a very good World Series, Hopefully, the Nationals will come out on top. I'm predicting they will because I have faith in them. A lot of folks are questioning and doubting, but they've been questioning and doubted all year, even when Davey was possibly getting ready to get fired when everyone was saying that he should be or should have. But it is what it is. Robbie chimed in. Appreciate you sharing. He said the Nats can find a way to get this much needed win tonight going to be tough if they can't take both of them in H-Town. I think they can still take both of them in H-Town. I don't think it's going to be necessary, but I feel like they can if needed. They did the first 2. But I feel like they're going to get the game tonight. They're not going to come home and lose all 3 in front of these home fans that's been riding with them. I think that they're going to be all right, especially with Cole pitching. He's a fastball slider guy. The reliever bullpen guy yesterday, he wasn't really a hard thrower. He was more of a location guy, and they were chasing some bad pitches. That's the only thing that I've noticed with the Nats the last 2 games. They were chasing high pitches that were bad that they weren't chasing when they were in Houston. So they have to get that out, especially hitters like Kendrick and Cabrera, who were so clutch down in Houston. They were just swinging at bad balls the last 2 games. I feel like they're going to be more disciplined. They know what's on the line. They cannot afford to lose 3 in a row. So I feel like they're definitely going to take advantage of this home game and get the victory and head to Houston with the chance to close out with Strasburg taking the mound. I see they going through the pregame on NFL right now. So I'm about to get ready to get out of here. I'll be back with post. I don't know. I might be back around 4 o'clock. I guess I'll do the post game with the results from the first quarter. And if any World Series news comes out, I'll break that out also. Make sure you go check out SportsOTHP.com for all of our content, all of our shows, articles, videos. This video will be up there soon. I'm sure Robbie will get it up there, just like he does everything else. Make sure you go hit Martinis, 725 Katy Drive, Fort Washington. The NFL game day doors open now. Hot, good food, cold beer, good drinks, nice environment. DC sports fans, all sports fans, go down there and check them out. CP3, live from the lab, and I'm about to get out of here. Talk to you soon. Make sure you tune in tomorrow night for Sports on the Hill podcast as we recap everything, Caps, Nationals, Redskins, go into more detail, and recap Game 5, hopefully talking about going to game since the glitch with Steven Strasburg on the mound. But CP3, live from the lab, and I'm out.